Assalamu alaikum, guys. I hope you guys have done very well. So many people actually ask me question all the time, especially people who are from our community or from outside community. Those are thinking to considering divorce their partner, mostly their husband or wife. So it's like a very interesting topic, probably if you want to, you know, obviously I do not want anyone to get separated, unless they have any serious circumstances or compelling grounds. So a lot of people want to get separated from their spouse and husband and wife, for example, they have issues, they try to break up. So I'm going to conduct this session in English so that I have other viewers who understand what's the circumstances. Mainly, I'll share some of the rules and regulation to understand what's going to happen, because the presumptions is about the divorce is a lot of people think when someone's going to divorce, they will literally split the incomes, they literally probably split 50-50 of their assets. But this is not really true all the time. They have other circumstances or factors that actually play when you divide the property or assets. So you have to be very, very careful. Don't just assume or thinking once you divorce your husband and wife, you will literally get 50% of their wealth or property. This is not absolutely not true. So let me share one of the law that actually plays a very vital rules in this country. So let me just share that law, then obviously you'll get to understand what is the circumstances. So this is the law. So when someone actually submit a divorce petition, and obviously once the divorce petition is literally settled down, a lot of people, family members, they try to actually impose, or they're trying to figure out how they can actually distribute or how they can take the property from their husband or wife. So as I said, a lot of people think it's going to be 50-50 split, but this is not true all the time. So the court will look into the Matrimonial Cause Act 1973 and section 25. So this is the actual law the court actually look into consideration. So if you are thinking to divorce, I've seen a lot of Bangladeshis, a lot of people from Asian communities, or maybe from other communities actually divorcing their spouse when they're literally, well, they have like 4 or 5 houses, they have cars, they have children, and then they have issues with how they're going to actually split the property. So I'm going to show you how your property can be separated, or how a property can be, like, distributed amongst your husband and wife when you get divorced. So this is the law that you have to look into this, and this is the law actually play when you are actually thinking to do financial relief or financial or incident relief. So must make sure you look into this very, very carefully. So when the divorce matters comes, after the financial matters comes, the court look into a lot of factors. So that those factors are actually described again in Matrimonial Cause Act 1973, section 25. Again, as I said, this is not a legal advice. I have written down very clearly, this is not a legal advice. Everybody have different circumstances. You should not rely on this law purely. If you have legal matters, you can contact with your own solicitors, own lawyers. You can contact with our solicitor family if you want to. We're one of the expert on family matters. So please feel free to contact if you have any question or concern. So mostly they look into these, the financial needs and obligation responsibilities which each of the parties in marriage has likely to have the foreseeable future. So this is the most important thing, that when the court look into this, as regard the exercise of the power of the court under section 23(1), which is basically come from the previous section, and they look into this. The court will look into this. Obviously, it says the court shall particularly have agreed on the following matters. They should look into these matters very carefully when they comes on the divorce matter. So they look into the income, earning capacity, property, and other financial resources, and the parties of the marriage are likely to have the foreseeable future. So obviously, I'm going to go a little bit skimming all this. The financial needs. For example, if someone, for example, getting married again, and let's say someone is 50 years old and they're getting married again, they have a girlfriend, they might have other family, they might have former other family somewhere else. So if you have this consideration, then obviously the court will look into see whether your future expenditure is, future earning capacities is, and also they look the standard of living enjoyed by the family before the breaking down of the marriage. So for example, if you have a house, so you have 2 houses in London or in the UK or anywhere in England and Wales. So say for example, you whenever 2 houses, then definitely you enjoy a very better life in this country. Houses, no mortgage, for example, and obviously court also need to look into this, whether separating from your husband and wife is going to have a financial burden to yourself that you can't have the life, including children. Of course, children's matters comes, children's are paramount. Of course, there comes in a great way. And also they look into the contribution each party has made. So a lot of people think that, husband, for example, wife never worked in the life. Of course, they contributed in the family, in a sense. She raised the children, she looked after the family. These things is also coming to have a lot of serious impact on this when they are thinking to actually get the property from their family and or husband and wife. So you have to, court will definitely look into these things. They're basically looking at this contribution the wife made, contribution the husband made into the family. So you have to be very, very careful. The only reason I'm doing this live session is I have few people asking me that, whether or not they're going to get 50% of their husband's property once they get divorced. But the answer is not straightforward yes to 50%, because a lot of factors that actually play into this in order to get the property back from your 50% of the property or from your husband and wife. So it doesn't actually apply 50% all the time. So the answer to 50% matters is not always true. But anyway, also they say the conduct of each other parties, the conduct such as the opinion in the court be educated in this regard. For example, if someone has a bad conduct, they probably didn't stay, didn't do well to have, probably, for example, they have adultery or something else. This is why they're divorcing. Each party's circumstances of conduct, they will also look into this. And also in the case of proceeding the divorce, the nullity of marriage, the value of each other parties to the marriage and benefits. So basically they'll check all these benefits and everything. Mostly I'll come into the financial needs of the child. So this is the most important things. I have people who are thinking to divorce their family, their wife, their husband, but they have children. So the question is, children normally, if they're under 18, then normally they stay with the mother, and then they'll look into the financial needs for the child, like how much the wife need to look after the child, and what property they have, the valuation of the property, and also the physical and mental disability of child. I have seen few people who have children or have disabilities, and they can't really look after the mother, have very difficulties if father leave the property and go somewhere else, and obviously then they can claim, for example, she can claim to stay in the property unless the child is actually getting down to 18. So a lot of factors actually play. So mostly you can find all the rules and regulation from here about the matrimonial cause, about the 50% of the property if you want to actually claim, about the after the divorce. So this is the most important thing, that you should look into this. So you have to look into this very, very carefully when you are thinking to, because these factors are very crucial for the financial relief, financial matters, when it comes about the divorce and financial relief. So you must look into this very, very carefully, and these things has to be considered. It's not always 50-50. It is up to the judge, up to the court to make a decisions, looking into the factors that what you have, what assets you have, the valuation of the property, and the contribution of yourself, that contributed to what much contributed you have contributed to your family, and all that. So a lot of factors play, and this is how actually it works. So it's not always 50-50 matters. You must look into this situation very, very carefully. So that's it from today from me, and this is what I actually want to give an update. This is a very small legal update about the divorce matters. And if anybody have any question or concern, anybody wants to anybody have family issues and they actually want to get separated from their husband and wife, please feel free to contact your solicitors or contact with my law firm or my solicitor firm. And I'm always here to assist. And if you have any kind of question or concern regarding the UK matters, you can also contact me at your earliest convenience. And I'm always here to guide and assist everybody. So regardless of your nationalities and race and whatever, I'm always here to guide and support anybody need legal support in the UK, especially if you want to buy property in the UK. Our solicitor firm also have we have so many panels in the banking panel, so we can proceed your financial needs. We can proceed your convincing needs to buy property in the UK. Of course, you need to engage a solicitor firm. So our solicitor firm does that. If you have any concern, you can contact with our solicitor firm. Also, you can contact with your own solicitor firm. Our package is very, very good, and we always charge the competitive rate as well, as we try to do our job very carefully, and we always maintain the professional ethics as well. So please contact us if you need anything, and we are always here to assist and guide you. Thank you very much indeed, and hopefully I'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.